Here with head softball coach Natalie Layden after your first season at Lincoln Memorial. Went 30-22. Overall, what do you think of the season?
Overall, we had a good season. Definitely not satisfied with what we did. Very proud of our team and what we were able to accomplish. Going into next year, of course, the bar raises for sure. But the girls worked hard. They played hard. I think that they can, be proud of the season and the product that they put on the field for this past year.
And you got a lot to look forward to coming back next year. Of course, you got Brianna Mulkey coming back. She was an all-conference second team. Amanda Snow, probably an all-conference snub in our mind, really.
Yeah.
And then Kirsten Toole, the list goes on and on. Laura Terracano, Kelly Dreyer, they're all coming back next year.
Yeah.
So what does that bode for your offense next year?
Our offense should be pretty tough next year with the returners that we have in the incoming class that'll fill in those weak areas for us. I think that we'll be very strong. I know we'll solidify our outfield a little bit, more so offensively. But we'll also add some depth to our team, going from 13 to 17, 18 athletes, which will help a lot in practice and that kind of thing. And to really keep the, Brianna Mulkey and Snow and those type of athletes healthy. That way we can have them throughout the whole season and not miss them every now and then.
And you've talked about, since you got here, that you are an offensive-minded coach. And but one of the things that you have to be proud of, too, is also how Samantha Smith performed this year. Now, in a lot of ways, her stats don't necessarily jump out at you. 2.9 ERA, 20-13, but 212 innings pitched. She was your workhorse this year. So what can you say about her season?
Yeah, Sam had a great season, especially as a freshman, to be able to lead us like she did on the mound. She came in a lot of big innings for us, which was much needed. And much needed for our program to be able to have the wins we had. Samantha Smith had a lot to do with that. Next year, a lot of that will still fall on her. She's still expected to continue to get better and to continue to have even a better season next year. And I think she will, now she starts to understand hitters a little bit more. The college game a little bit more, as it's a little bit faster than what she's used to. Those type of things, she'll just continue to get better and better for us.
And just what can you say will be the biggest focus of the program? After this year, you got your feet wet as a head coach now, and you can see the direction a little more clearly. So what kind of is your aim now for next season?
Our aim for next season is definitely going to be to provide a little bit more depth to our team as far as pinch runners, pitch hitting, that kind of thing that we weren't necessarily able to do this year. We'll also solidify our defense a lot better than what it was this year. We made a lot of errors that cost us some games and that kind of stuff that we'll firm up a little bit versus what we had this past season. I think that our offense next year will be a pretty tough offense to face 1 through 9, and that's the plan. Is to make sure that our hitting is 1 through 9, not 3 through 7, and make sure that we do that on a consistent basis. We will have the people in place to do that.
And we had talked about the leap, not only from batting average. You had about a 30-point batting average from this year to last year, and then you also had I'd say, what was it? 14 or 15 added home runs from this year,
right? Mm-hmm.
From last year. So not necessarily what kind of team are you trying? What kind of offense are you trying to build? Like what is exactly? I know me and you've talked a lot of philosophical elements of the game. So what kind of offense exactly are you trying to produce?
Yeah, our offense is going to be more productive as far as swinging the bat than what we are right now. Sack bunting and things like that, we will continue to do, just not as often, hopefully. What we want to do is, with our table setters, is make sure that we're getting in a lot of hit and run, bunt and run situations, that we're also extending our short game pretty much through the middle infield rather than just in front of the plate. Those type things, and making sure that we have 3 or 4 of those who can bunt and swing away. Also adding a couple of 3-threat hitters to the lineup. That way, they can bunt, slap, or swing away for power. Those type hitters are going to make our offense more productive, which is what we're trying to do. It's just to make the offense a more productive offense 1 through 9, not just in the middle of our lineup. And right now we struggled with that towards the bottom. The bottom of our lineup didn't necessarily produce as much as we would have liked for it to, and we will get better at that.
Okay, just for a second, let's go back to maybe this past season instead of looking forward so much. this was your first year as a head coach. So just talk about what this team in particular will mean to you based on on that.
Yeah, this team will always be special to me. The first one that we really came in here and took over and kind of did our own thing on the field, and we built a special bond between us, because we all were new and working on things, and they were patient with me. I don't know if I was as patient with them, but we tried, and I really think that this is a team that can be proud of something that maybe they overachieved in this year that they thought. They weren't necessarily sure they would achieve as much as they did, and really feel like the seniors left proud of that. Beating LR for the first time in their careers. Taking 2 out of 3 from Carson Newman. Beating North Georgia, beating those teams really let them know that they can be pretty good. Let them know that LMU softball can be something to deal with, and this year really set that foundation for us.
And just talk about how close this team was to being even better than even make a higher leap than what you had already made in just your first year, because you talked about we beat LR here, but then the second game was a 2-run game, and it was a close game the whole time. I don't have the stats in front of me, but there were a ton of 1-run games just here and there. One single play could change the game. It's just how close was this team to even being better than what we see on paper? Yeah,
this team was really close to being almost great, to be honest. For first year coach, a lot of the athletes not really knowing each other. We had 5 first year of them as well, only carrying 13. So in that case, it really could have been something crazy in the wrong direction, but it wasn't. And to do what they accomplished, it's something to be proud of. But yet understand that now they've started to get a little bit of confidence, and now it almost becomes an expectation. You look at 3 of the teams in the region that are out of our conference, we beat all 3 of them. Things like that, we will continue to keep making a name for ourselves and hopefully be contending soon.
And just to wrap it up, how will you remember this season in particular? How will you remember this group? I know you had already said that they'll always be special to you, but in terms of just how will you characterize this team and how will you remember it in this season in general?
Yeah, I remember this season as a lot of hard work by all of us. We definitely got out of it what we put into it. It was a lot of hard work, but yet honestly it was a lot of fun. I had a good time with this group, and I think they enjoyed it, as far as bus trips and that kind of stuff. It wasn't for a lack of fun either. We definitely had a balance of hard work and enjoying each other and necessarily enjoying the trip, enjoying the journey, that they had for this season, and they really took it well.
Well, Coach, I think I speak for everyone when I say that we'll all remember the season as the start of something great here for LMU softball. So congratulations on a good season, and good luck next season.
Thank you.